ski vacation in Switzerland. And we went down to dinner, and I opened the menu. Actually, it was the wine menu. And that's the last thing I remember.
When we got to the hospital and they took a CAT scan, they came to me and said that David had a brain tumor and that they thought it was in a good place and that they thought it was non-cancerous, but that he had to be flown in a coma that they induced to Zurich where he could get further attention.
Labor Day weekend 2005, I was at my brother's baseball game, and all of a sudden my parents started looking at me and asking me what I was doing. I don't remember any of it, but later we found out that I was having seizures. So I had a CAT scan, and it turned out that I had a 2-centimeter brain tumor on the right side of my brain. So my first reaction, I just ran upstairs to my room and I cried. And so about a month later after that, we drove down to San Francisco and I met with Dr. Berger and he performed my surgery.
There are very few places in the country that have this much firepower in one place. So you can't find another place in the country that has expertise in molecular epidemiology, that has expertise in imaging sciences, drug delivery, immunotherapy like vaccines, basic cancer genomics work. These are, to put all this together in one place, that didn't happen overnight. I came here in 1997. I inherited a very small group of investigators. Now we've got this super team of people covering every area. And I don't think you can really find that anywhere else in the country. There are pockets of expertise, but we've built a very, very strong depth chart.
In 2005, I had a severe migraine that took me to the emergency room. And they found out that it was a brain tumor.
Was it after an MRI?
Yeah, I had a CAT scan, an MRI. First I had a CAT scan and that it was abnormal. And then they did an MRI. Then they proceeded to do a biopsy and ultimately surgery.
Hi, I'm Julie Shire, and I was diagnosed with a brain tumor on September 3rd, 2007. It's the brain tumor was in my speech center, which makes it hard for me to talk.
What had happened was that she started having problems with what's called speech phonics, stuttering. Really, I wasn't paying that much attention to it in the beginning. I didn't notice it. On Saturday, roughly the 2nd of September, I noticed it in a severe fashion. I took her to emergency. Actually, I told her I was taking her shopping. She didn't want to go to the doctor. After an MRI, they noticed, a growth, and from there, in very rapid fashion, we went from our local oncologist and wound up at UCSF.
In this day and age now, because of all of the spending issues in the government, the likelihood of getting a grant is about 9 to 12% of the entire population that puts in for a grant. So if you have a brilliant new investigator who's got a great idea, they have a 9 to 12% chance of getting a grant funded. If you look at our work and if you talk to everybody around the country, we know that with the crisis at NIH and the government with funding, that if we look at all the grants we have now, for example, we just got a grant funded in brain tumor research that has to do with developing new imaging. Right off the bat, the NIH cut 26% of our budget. So we applied for every dollar we wanted and needed to do the work, they're giving us 74 cents. So that's a major problem. We're going to have to change the science of that grant. So we anticipate that there's going to be about a $500,000 deficit every year
I'm doing really well. I'm getting back in the groove of life, and I'm back working and living on my own. And I feel very fortunate to know the UCSF team because they're very innovative and they're on the forefront of research. They're a world-class team they have out there, and I feel as though I'm in good hands. I just want to say to Dr. Berger, thank you.
David is the love of my life, and that I got him back from a place that we never really knew he would come back from, and that we got him back. My children feel this way too. They got their dad back. My grandchildren got their granddaddy back.
There is not enough knowledge about what goes on inside your brain and how things connect and how these drugs really work. And that's why I'm so enthusiastic about the Brain Tumor Advisory Council. We are enthusiastic about making sure there's enough money to continue the research.
You can't try to apply for that limited pool of resources unless you have preliminary data that is supportive of that work. That's the high-risk research that we're looking for. That's what this is all about. Because we know that going the slow way with low-risk research is not what's going to turn around this disease. We want to make an impact now, not in 30 years. It's now. The time is now. But you got to go out on a limb, and this is what this is all about. We're one of the very few places, if not the only place, that has the firepower to do that high-risk research and turn it into major grants to develop the therapeutic strategy. So that's what the future is going to be about.
And after another MRI, we had noticed a resurgence or a reemergence of the tumor. At this point, we've elected to go back with Dr. Berger, and he is confident once again that he can go in for a second resection. I can speak for both of us. We're scared and anxious, but we're also anxious to get back.
And confident with Dr. Berger.
We're confident, 100%. That's never been the question. And that's kind of been our gift. We feel gifted and fortunate to have that.
It's been 2 years since my surgery, and I'm now a senior in high school, and I'm looking forward to going to college next year. I can't thank Dr. Berger and his team enough for everything they've done for me, and now I'm asking you for your help to support Dr. Berger and his team so they can help others and continue their research for a cure.